Hasta la Vista is brought to you by Green Hill Hostas.
Hello, and welcome to Hosta la Vista, the podcast where the shade is cool, the leaves are lush, and the friendship's perennial. We are your hosts. I'm Betsy Peterson.
And I'm Mandy Olson, two hobbyist sisters who love this plant as much as you do.
Join us each week as we dig into all things hosta, the plant affectionately known as the friendship plant. You know, I think a lot of us who love hostas and really just love being out in the garden have had that moment at some point where collecting starts to feel like it's not quite enough anymore. You're walking around, you're enjoying what you've grown, but at the same time, your mind starts to wander a little, and you catch yourself wondering, what else could this be?
It's that shift where you stop just seeing what's in front of you and you start imagining what isn't there. What could exist if someone was willing to experiment a little, take some chances, and just be a bit patient.
And for today's guest, that curiosity didn't stay small. It grew into thousands of seedlings, years of thoughtful crosses, and a really exciting body of work that's catching the attention of collectors far beyond her own garden.
Our guest joins us from Germany, where she's not only building an incredible collection, but also pushing into some really bold territory with things like tetraploids, red petioles, and streaked varieties that a lot of people are just beginning to explore.
She's part of a new wave of hybridizers who are connected, experimental, and really helping shape what the next generation of hostas might look like.
Our guest today is the one and only Christina Brinkmann. Christina, we're so glad you're here. Welcome to Hosta la Vista.
Hi, Betsy. Hi, Mandy. And hi to everyone who is listening to Hosta la Vista. I'm very happy to be here today. When your request came, there was no question for me that I wanted to join. However, I was a bit worried that I wouldn't be able to speak English fluently. I understand the written word quite well, and hosta terms in English are not a problem, but I don't have the really practice to speak. So honestly, I'm nervous.
Well, don't be. You're doing a fantastic job.
Christina, how did hostas go from being just fillers in the garden to the absolute focus of your life?
Absolute focus on your life really sums it well. It all started quite harmlessly. Even as a small child, I loved flowers, and I found it exciting, for example, how a sunflower seed becomes a big, beautiful flower. As a teenager, I sowed annuals and perennials in my family's garden. Later, in year 2000, I had my own first garden, initially with lots of roses and perennials. There were also some hostas, but the selection of varieties available in retail stores was limited at that time. Even then, I found hostas very grateful because they weren't short-lived like many other perennials, and besides, they became more beautiful from year to year. And they were attractive not only when they were in bloom, but from spring to fall. Then there was a decisive event when I saw the stand of Fransenhosters from the Netherlands at a garden festival. I think it was around year 2003. So far, I only knew a few varieties, and I was amazed by the variety of those he had on the stand. The good thing was that I then learned that hostas can be shipped very well. I then ordered a lot of hostas from Marco Franzen and also Jan van den Top in Holland, and started collecting hostas. A few years later, the garden was overflowing.
We know this.
In 2012, we were lucky to be able to buy the property directly next door. That meant 2,000 square meters more. From then on, there was no stopping. The internet had already been around for a few years, and there were also plant forums where hosta-loving people met online and exchanged experiences. A German language forum just for hosta was a forum in Austria. Many hosta collectors meet there, and Jan van den Top also answered questions there. And in year 2013, there was a competition for which he gave away streaker seeds to interested members. Then I grew my first hosta seedlings. That fascinated me so much that I couldn't get it. Couldn't let it go. There were hardly any streakers available for sale at that time. And since I already had a pretty good collection up to that point, I wanted to create something new by myself. The initial plan was to grow own streakers as mother plants. For this, I also ordered seeds in the USA from Doug Beilstein and also Rod Künster. I hope I pronounced the names right.
Sure.
My next breeding goal was hostas with long leaves, because there weren't that many on the market yet. Later, the tetraploids were added, and every year I grow more seedlings.
Oh, we love them. They're beautiful. Well,
Thanks.
you say you mentioned that you bought the property next to yours in 2012. Now, you were able to expand your growing program at that point. You emerged on the hosta scene about that time. How much did resources like the Hosta Library or early Facebook groups shape your eye for what you wanted to create?
Yes, from 2012 onwards, things got crazier every year. I like to share my joy with other collectors online. Unfortunately, the plant forums on the internet gradually died out. But then I heard that many people met online in the German Facebook group Hosta-Freunde. So I registered on Facebook in 2015 and absolutely amazed at how many hosta groups there were, especially in English language. I was able to learn a lot there by exchanging ideas and see what other people do. It was still and is still great easy to post photos there. And this means you always see what other breeders are dealing with and develop your own breeding goals. The Hosta Library is a super great source. This is my most visited website, and a big, big compliment goes out to Carol and Bill, who maintain the site and do really an excellent job.
Yes,
They
they
really do.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I would say from probably April to October, I'm on it multiple times a day.
Me too. Me too.
It's
You
incredible.
can tell it's warming up because I'm already on there every day right now.
Same here.
Well, Christina, do you have a mentor?
I would call my Belgian friend Rick Desmet as my mentor. Unfortunately, he passed away 3 years ago. I met him on Facebook in 2015, and he was the one who always believed in me and said I could become a good breeder. We chatted with each other very, very often and shared experiences. He also gave me the tip to use vermiculite as a top layer when sowing, because soil can mold, vermiculite cannot. So, oh, by the way, Rick always called me Chris, not Christina. Yeah. He then sent photos of my own hostas and seedlings to Danny van Echerhout. Danny van Echout, I think you have heard about him.
Yes.
He is a European hosta guru.
Yes.
And he was a friend of Rick. And so Danny also became my friend and mentor. And it was he who put my hostas in the lab and introduced my hostas. So I have a lot to thank both of them. I always set my breeding goals in winter and think about what I will concentrate on next summer and which hostas I will order additionally in spring. Then I collect pollen and play bee. Yes, so
Yeah.
I try to pollinate as many hostas as possible so that I have plenty of seeds to sow the next winter.
So do you not buy mini seeds anymore, or do you
Yes.
just collect your own?
Yes. Meanwhile, yes. It's
Yeah.
always interesting to get other genes. So
Yeah.
I like to still exchange with some collectors in the US. I have a good amount of seeds meanwhile.
So you're not working with a few dozen seedlings, you're working with thousands of seedlings?
Yes, that's actually true. I'm really hostaholic. Upstairs, I have a grow room. This is a former children room, and there I have 14 shelves with LEDs, and there are about 570 seedling trays. So
Oh, wow.
that is tens of thousands of seeds, and now about 10,000 seedlings. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We've heard your garden includes over 2,900 varieties plus your own seedlings. What does a typical season look like at that scale?
The hosta year begins in January with the sowing of new seedlings indoors. I need a few weeks to sow the seeds because it's still work and I have to earn some money for hostas. This year's sowing took me until mid-March. I got a lot done in the first week because I didn't need to water yet, but then it takes some time. Now I have a watering schedule, or do you call it a plan? Yes. And water other shelves every day. Then the first work in the garden also begins in March. We have not a really hard winter here. So in March, I start cleaning pots and preparing beds as well as other gardening work. So not related to hosta, like cutting hedges or right now cutting roses. At the end of April, I start planting seedlings outside in 9 centimeter square pots. Then I have shelves outside in the garden. They will be stocked, and soil and mulch are filled in the pots, and hostas are fertilized. May is the busiest month for me, and I usually take holidays from work for gardening, 3 weeks long. In summer, I'm very busy with watering because, with only a few exceptions, all hostas are growing in pots.
Okay.
So needs a lot of watering time.
I bet. Yeah.
Hostas will then bloom from July onwards. And as I mentioned before, I try to pollinate as many as I can. In addition to potting seedlings, other hostas get larger pots or are divided until end of August. Then seeds must be protected from mice and can be harvested gradually from September, October. Then in October, November, I have to make the garden ready for winter. I move all the hosta pots from the shelves down onto the ground, and I have to cut the other perennials. Then there's a break from mid-November to early January, when I usually go on vacation and just organize hosta photos and making plans for the next year.
And relax, right? You need some relaxation after that year.
Yeah, this is the lazy time.
Yeah.
Got to recharge those batteries somehow. My
Yeah.
goodness, that is a lot of work. Wow. So,
Yeah, but I love it.
oh yes, it doesn't feel like work, does it? Because you love it.
Yes.
So, Christina, when everything is coming up at once, how do you even begin evaluating your seedlings?
At the end of a garden day and with nice weather, every day is a garden day.
Yeah.
I love walking around with a basket and picking out seedlings that catch my eye.
Okay.
These are given a special place where I can observe them better. And often I put them in a larger pot and with fertilized soil. Yeah, that's the best time. Just walking around and explore some treasures.
Wow. Well, I'm curious, how do you go about culling your seedlings? Like how many actually make it out of your growing room?
Oh, culling, I'm not good at that. Even after all these years and after all with so many seedlings, I'm very bad in culling. Especially if I miss the point after the third or fourth leaf, it is even harder for me to throw away larger hosta babies. Unfortunately, there are always space problems, and so I have to force myself to sort out and give away seedlings. Yeah. In the last few years, I've planted around 3,000 young seedlings in small pots.
Wow.
From indoors to outdoors. This year, I've also planted a new hostaland. Hostaland is what I call new space in the garden for hostas. Then I will reduce other perennial beds and lawn areas, you know. Some hostas are also moving to my mother's garden. Before, also to my daughter's garden, but now that's no more.
No.
Can't do that one anymore because she's moving.
No. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I love that's called hostaland. So you're yanking out the Brunera, you're yanking out the Lamium, you're yanking out anything. Now it's a hosta bed. So
yeah, who needs grass, right?
Yeah. I hate mowing the lawn.
Me too.
Honestly. I like to have it green, but I don't like mowing.
I don't
we
either.
don't need the lawnmower. That's just future home for hostas. That's all that is.
It is.
New hostaland.
New hostaland. There you go. I love it. So, Christina, out of all of those seedlings, how many actually make it through to something that you would consider giving a name? What is your timeline for introducing something from, say, seed all the way to introduction?
This question is not easy to answer. If I think that a hosta is special or that a beautiful piece is going to other hosta lovers or that a hosta is being used for breeding, I think of a name. Then he usually select the hostas that he wants to introduce to the market, often based on my suggestions, and then he sent them to the lab. These hostas are at least 4 years old, but most times elder. It then took about 2 to 4 years until the first liners were delivered from the lab.
Okay.
And then the liners need some time to get the right size for sale. So I had the German hostimist, the hosta, propagated at my own expense and have now found a small lab that propagates hostas in TC in smaller numbers for me. So in future, I will introduce some of my tetraploid varieties in the future. But I can't really estimate how many of this year's seedling will actually be named or even introduced. because it gets harder every year to create something new with the many varieties that are already on the market. But I see chances for new tetraploids. There are not many on the market sown by seeds yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
difficult
to
question.
answer. Yeah, because it changes, doesn't it? Is it probably a conservative guess that it might take as many as 6 or more years from seed to?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
Wow.
wondered about. That's a long game, isn't it? You're playing the long game there. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, Christina, we have a game that we would like to play with you. We've come to the part of the show called Not My Hosta.
This is a new game on the show where we ask our guests, is it a hosta or not?
And new for this season, if you get 3 out of 5 questions right, you'll win a Hasta La Vista water bottle sticker for yourself and a lucky listener. Mandy, who is Christina playing for today?
Christina is playing for Monica Kirshner of Barron, Wisconsin. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, that's nice. By the way, Monica is one of my Facebook friends. So
Oh.
I'm making an effort and yeah, I'm ready.
Yay!
Because you actually know her.
Yay!
All right. Well, here we go. Okay, everybody cross your fingers that Monica gets her water bottle sticker. Okay.
Here's your first one. Is it a hosta or not? Primal Scream.
Primal Scream. I'm not sure, but I would say yes.
Ooh, do you want to guess again?
Are you sure?
Well, let me.
I think yes.
Okay, I have to look it up now because I thought for sure it wasn't, but let me I have to look
I
this up.
thought I looked it up and it was.
You
Well,
did?
shoot, now we need to make sure we know, Betsy.
Well, okay. I'm on the hostel library. I thought for sure I like found ones that weren't. Oh my gosh, it is.
It is.
It is. Okay, it's something else also, but it's also okay.
All right, producer.
Oh, right. Here I am. I'm slacking on the job. Okay. You got it right.
Yay. All right, next one.
Okay. Here's the next one. How about pride and joy?
I know prestige and promise, but I don't know. You said pride and joy? No.
Pride and joy.
I would say no.
Actually, it is a hosta. It's registered by Don Rawson in 2010.
Okay.
It's a variegated with a whitish, not sorry, it's a light colored center with dark edges. So that one is a
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next one is Alligator Alley.
Oh, that's easier. Definitely yes.
Okay.
You're right. That one is. Got that one. How about cat's eye?
Cat's eye, yes. I have had a cat's eye. It's a mini hosta. Not easy, but nice. Yes, there's a cat's eye.
Cat's eye. There it is. Yes, for sure.
All right. Good.
It's
all right.
It's not registered, but it came from Japan. I'm just reading about it here on the good old Hosta library. Yeah, it's very cute. It has a very light colored center with darker edges. All right, very cool.
And finally, Blood Good.
Blood Good.
Blood Good.
Okay. I often looked up in a Hosta library bloodline. So no, I'm quite sure there's no Blood Good. But honestly, I like the name. So maybe in the future there will be a first Blood Good, or maybe Good Blood. Sounds even better.
It turns out that blood.
So the answer is no, but we will see maybe in future.
No, you're right. It is not currently a hosta. It is a very famous variety of Japanese maple. So that's where that one came from.
So
All right. So
right.
Nicely done. Well, let's check the scoreboard. Mandy, what is Christina's score? Did she get 3 out of 5 correct?
So I was supposed to be keeping track of this, huh? Let's see. Yes, she got it. I don't
4
know.
out of
What am I
5.
supposed to say? She got all of them. No. She got 4 out of 5. You're right. Good job. Yay.
Okay, so Monica gets her sticker and so does Christina.
Yay.
And Betsy has to do a better job of checking the Hosta library before we record.
Can you tell that was a new game? Okay. All right. Let's get into the deep end a little bit. You've really focused your efforts on tetraploid plants. Christina, would you just briefly explain what makes a hosta a tetraploid?
Well, yes, hostas and most other plants, like us humans, have 2 strands of chromosomes, which is called diploid. Hostas with 4 chromosome strands are tetraploid. There's only one species that is naturally tetraploid. This is Hosta ventricosa. The first tetraploid hostas were created by chance in a nursery in Virginia when the plants were accidentally sprayed with herbicide, including oryzalene. Most hostas died. Others were genetically modified. That's when Hosta Minuteman and Patriot were developed. Afterwards, some hostas have been artificially modified in the lab. Maybe you know Volcano Island or Flemish Design or Forbidden Fruit. Others were mutations created by chance in TC. Nowadays, it's often like almost unreal. That's a new one. But I don't want to go too deep into genetics, just this much. According to the general prevailing opinion, a hosta consists of 3 layers. If you look in the hosta library, some varieties are meant to be 4-4-4, which means the hosta is tetraploid in all 3 layers. But there are also hostas that are not completely tetraploid. Then there's maybe 4-2-2. This can only be determined precisely in a lab using what is called a flow symmetry. So, yes, that's a tetraploid.
Wow. That's interesting.
So some of them developed by chance and others were chemically created. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
When you're looking at a seedling before any lab testing, what tells you that this might be a tetraploid?
First of all, it is important to know which mother plant the seedling comes from, because it's actually almost impossible to get a tetraploid seedling from a diploid mother plant. Tetraploid hostas tend to have thicker leaves, and which makes them more resistant to sunlight. And this also makes them less attractive to slugs and snails. Tats usually have larger flowers with more pollen. And on streakers, the stripes or patterns are often defined differently. And sometimes the colors are more intensive. So I think I've now breeding tats for a few years, and maybe, yes, I have little eye for it meanwhile.
Yeah. So this is the German line you're developing, right? They all start with the name German?
Yes, exactly. I was looking for a prefix to distinguish the tetraploid breeding lines from the diploid breeding lines, starting with Chris. I noticed in the Hosta library that there were a lot of hostas with a prefix American. So
Yeah.
then I thought I could breed a few Germans.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, tetraploid, I always have to say probably, because as mentioned before, only a lab can confirm it to 100%. Yes.
Mhm.
I was lucky in the garden when I found a streaked spot of the tetraploid twilight in my garden. And this was the start of my most important breeding line, because as most listeners probably know, you usually need a streaked mother plant to get multicolored seedlings.
Mhm.
You're talking about the pod parent, correct? Not the pollen parent?
Yes, pod parent.
Pod parent.
You
Okay. Okay.
will have a streaked pod parents to get multicolored seedlings.
Okay.
So it was really luck to have found a streaked twilight, which is tetraploid. That was a start for my breeding lines.
Okay.
That's interesting. Well, once you have one, the challenge really begins. Tetraploids aren't always cooperative parents, right?
Oh yes, right. My plan was to breed new good growing varieties based on the twilight streaked I just mentioned. Many tetraploid hostas that already existed at that time were rather slow growing, especially those from the June family, such as Justine or First Frost Benvenoy. And not all tetraploid hostas are good fertile. So I tried to acquire as many commercial available tetraploid hostas as possible and cross them again and again, and with my own hostas and with each other. So it took me a while to find out which hostas set seeds and which not, and which pollen lead to which results. So I think meanwhile, I have now a nice gene pool to hybridize with.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
That's
say
great.
for sure. Well, one of your more popular tetraploids is German Hostamist. Will you tell us about that one?
Yes, German Hostimus is the first hosta that I have had propagated at my own expense and risk. By the way, do you actually know what a hostimist is?
No.
No.
My friend Marion invented this word. A hostimist is a person who believes that everything will be better with a new hosta, because the word is made up of hosta and optimist.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
That's awesome. I love that.
that's wonderful. We need to put that on a t-shirt, right?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding. Hosta plus optimist equals hostamist. I think that's what all
I'd
three of us
say
are, right?
We have to
yes.
check it with hostimist.
Yeah, we should.
I love it.
That's great.
Yeah, and I not only think the word dimension is great, but also the hosta German hostimist is nice. In spring, it comes up pure yellow on a light reddish stem base. Then it gets a light yellow edge. And in summer, it changes colors. Then it turns green with a bright white edge. And it has very dark flower stalks and large purple flowers. And it's also fertile. So I like it
Wow.
very
Wow.
much.
It's really beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures on the Hosta library
Yeah,
right now,
me
and
too.
I think the
Me
picture on the
too.
top must be earlier in the summer than the picture
Yeah.
underneath it, which you're right, it does have that bright white edge at that point.
Yeah, there's summer colors. Mhm.
That's beautiful.
German Yellow Dragon was one of your first big tetraploid releases.
Mhm.
When you first saw that plant stabilize, did you know right away that it was something special?
Yes, I found German Yellow Dragon special early on because of its thick, bright yellow leaves on red stems in spring. At that time, there weren't many yellow with red stems among the diploid varieties. It was something new in general. That has changed meanwhile, because there were many new introductions, yellow with red stems in the last years. But with its thick leaves, it's still special. In summer, it turns more green, and then it reminds me a little bit of the Hosta Amani. I don't know if you know it. Then it had very large flowers on dark stems, and yes, it's more difficult to hybridize with. It's not as fertile as German Hostimist is, but I have a very nice seedling out of it, and with very much red in it. Yes, I will introduce it in the future.
Good.
All right.
By the way, German dragon blood. There, the blood
Yeah.
again.
That's beautiful.
German dragon blood, you said? I got to look that one up. Now, you sent me a picture of a new one you're working on called German La Familia. Can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, German La Familia is a golden yellow with a white border. And there's a story about this because we German Hostimisten or German Hosta friends, we meet regularly with each other, and we meet us in nurseries. And 2 years ago, we have visited Franzen Nursery in the Netherlands. I don't know if you have heard about them. They do not grow field-grown hostas. They grow only hostas in pots, and they are experts. And when we visited Marco 2 years ago, we were given a cup of him with the imprint "Member of the Hosta Mafia."
Oh,
And we therefore jokingly joke and call ourselves the Hosta Mafia. And after our Hosta Mafia was named, which is actually being propagated in the lab now, there's also now a German La Familia, which is
Yeah.
so that's the story behind German La Familia.
Oh, that's great.
Another thing that really defines your work, you're stacking traits that are hard to combine, like red petioles with streaking and tetraploid genetics all at once. That's a little like chasing the Holy Grail.
Yeah, I've already made some steps forward with the shape of the leaves and with the red. Meanwhile, here are some varieties with upright long leaves, and also some with a lot of red in the leaves. I managed to pull the red from the stems into the leaves, and I have one favorite hosta. This is German jackpot, which even has red leaf veins. So in the future, I would like to breed tetraploid blusher, and maybe also a misted one. So I have already thoughts for the future.
That's wonderful.
I'm just looking at jackpot here. You're right. There is some definite red that's been pulled up into the leaf. Does it stay in the leaf?
The red is very often seen in spring and later in summer. But German jackpot has a long period to show the leaf in the veins, because it's not really a blusher. It's like more the veins are red.
Okay. Okay, so it's just kind of carried it up into the leaf, but it stays within the vein.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Got it.
We've seen some red in stems for years, but you're pushing that pigment into the leaf itself. Looking at something like Chris's China Star, how close are we to a truly red-leafed hosta that actually holds its color? Doesn't this one show blushing late in the season?
I think that there have been a lot of breeding successes in the USA in recent years, especially with blushes, what I call them. I'll now mention the quite new varieties bloodline, which has first blush genes and lime smile. There's also red Ninja from my Danish Facebook friend Ninja Kramer. This is the reddest hosta so far. This is a wonderful sport of first blush. I think we are not far away from a truly red-leafed hosta. However, you have to know that the red pigment, it is called anthocyan, which ensures the leaf color, depends heavily on the weather. Cool nights and sunlight in spring strongly favor the red color. Many hostas lose this color later. But here too, there are new breeding successes. So I think we are very near to a red leaf hosta. Because China Star is still a great hosta, depending on the weather. It shows blushing in spring and late summer. But when it comes to the blushing effect, honestly, there are now much better ones.
Okay. So when you push for pigment and variegation, is there a trade-off? Does the plant vigor start to suffer?
No. Red blusher do not grow worse than other hostas.
Okay.
Especially not Bloodline and Lime Smile, which I've mentioned before. I grow some more here to breed with, so I know what I say. So I would recommend Lime Smile and Bloodline. They are true good red.
I'm not familiar with Lime Smile. Is that what you said it was called?
Oh, it's a wonderful plant. You should buy one. It holds the color very, very long, and it's fertile. And I think we will see out of them very, very nice seedlings in the future.
Okay.
All right, Christina, it's time for another challenge.
Okay.
Here we go. This is another new game.
Okay.
We call this one the Hosta A to Z Blitz.
You've got 30 seconds, one letter.
And name as many hostas as you can. No pauses, no Googling, just hosta brain power.
All right, today's letter is L.
30 seconds on the clock.
Are you ready? And
Yes.
go.
Okay, Lion Smile, Ludacris, Lady Gaga, Luca, Lakeside. Oh no, yeah, no, easy, Lakeside.
Yes.
Lakeside for Logan, Lakeside Looking Glass, Lakeside Reflecting Glass, Lakeside Ninita, Lakeside Wizard, Lakeside Babyface, Lakeside
Come on.
Trinity.
And stop. Stop.
Oh.
You did it. You got 12 in 30 seconds. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. The Lakesides were not so difficult.
There are a lot of lakesides, yes.
There are. That's amazing. I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, I could come up with like 3, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe.
Wow.
Well, congratulations.
All right, good job.
12 is now the record to beat for all future guests. So they got to do more than 12 in 30 seconds. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce a German word, and I'm probably going to butcher it. But you have come up with the idea of Freundschaftshosta?
Yeah.
Did I do that right?
Yeah, Freundschaftshosta
Okay.
is right.
Okay.
In English, it is a friendship hosta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Translation. And indeed, I copied this idea from America.
Yeah, because it's the friendship plant. Yeah. So you've named hostas after your friends for community. So people who are part of your journey, any people in particular that you've named plants after?
Yes, I have dedicated hostas to friends, and I choose a name especially for them. Often I Google their names, like my friend Marion. I Googled the name Marion because every name has origin.
Yeah.
And the name Marion means star of the sea. And then I named a hosta for her, Stella Maris.
Very cool.
Or another example, there's a Chris Facebook group. It was founded by 3 of my friends, and I dedicated them a hosta, Chris Admin.
I love
Yes.
it. Yeah, I saw Chris's admin. I wasn't sure what that was for, so that's cool. And Mandy, you're Amanda Marion, so you're
I
Star of
know.
the
Yeah,
Sea.
that's right. That's
Mandy,
right.
Star of the Sea. That's very cool.
Well, I want to
Okay.
ask about Chris's apple stripes. Is that a stable streaker?
A stable streaker, honestly, I think there are no stable streakers because streakers are unstable plants. They tend to stabilize later or earlier, and if you want to hold a streaked part, you have divide it regularly to keep a streaked part.
Okay.
So it is a streaker, but there's also a stabilized part. It's yellow with a white edge.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you have quite a few streakers. Which are your most successful pod or pollen parents?
Most successful, it depends on your breeding goals. So if you want a Pucard streaker, I would recommend Ice Age Trail or Breeder's Love. Then I love to Fecal Blue Jeans, gives beautiful seedlings. For red stem streaker seedlings, I like to use my own varieties like Chris Always Love You or Chris Breeding Love or Chris Wave Rider is a new one. So it always depends what you are looking for.
Okay.
I was looking through your list last night, and your Chris's star message.
Yes.
You know that? Oh,
yeah.
that's got to be the most beautiful.
This is your favorite one.
Oh, that was my favorite. I think that's the most beautiful. It looks like a blue streaker, correct?
Yeah, blue streaker are difficult to breed because there are not many really blue streakers often. And if you collect seeds from a blue streaker, often the seedlings have not a good percentage of streaked seedlings.
Really?
So it's
Okay.
not that easy.
Oh, well, that one is just spectacular.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
I just looked it up. That's amazing. It almost looks unreal. It's so, it's just that I would love one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Christina, I just have to tell you the variety of your work is intense. I mean, a lot of hybridizers we've talked to really focus on one trait, and they're known for either rugose or blushing or, red petioles or something. You seem to have this wide variety of, I want to try it all. I want to try everything. And I love that. It's so neat to just, just looking through that list of Chris's, you're like, well, gosh, none of these are similar to each other. They're all very different. It's amazing.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, thank you. I change sometimes my plans and I look what is new and think about what is missing. So right now I focused on tetraploids and a little bit also on misted plants because there are not a lot of misted plants yet. Yeah. So
wow. Your plants are now making their way to collectors in the US and beyond. What's it been like seeing something that started in your garden in Germany travel across the world?
Boy, it's a super great feeling to see on Facebook and on the internet, which can contain Chris or German hostas. And honestly, I sometimes Google Chris hostas to see where my hostas are available. And it's simply great feeling.
Oh,
that's wonderful.
amazing.
And hostas connect people around the world. That's the really great thing.
For our European listeners, where can people purchase your hostas?
In Europe, my hostas are available at Franzenhostas, which is Hosta paradise. I think also you people in US know the website because there are a lot of pictures actually.
Okay.
Also at Fun and Top Nursery, which is Hosta World, from Danny in Belgium.
Okay.
Euro Hosta in the Slovakia, and Planwerk in Germany.
Okay.
And sometimes I made sale on Facebook by myself. It's a small sale, only a few days.
Sure. Yeah, if you're
yeah.
willing to go over to your house, they can just dig in your backyard, right?
Oh no!
Oh, no, no, no.
No.
Don't say that, Betsy.
Don't say that.
They even need not to dig. They only take the pots.
Yeah,
Well,
no kidding.
that's
No
right.
kidding.
That's right. They're not in the they're all in pots. Well, what about for US fans? Where do you sell them in the States?
In the US, my hostas are available at Mason Hollow Nursery. I know the owners, Chuck and Sue, personally. They have visited me here twice, and I like them very much. They're very friendly people. They work together with Franzenhostas. Then also Josh Spies from in the Country Garden and Gifts. He has also a great selection of my hostas. He works together with Danny from Belgium. Then I have had recently contact with Andrea from Uniquely.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
uniquely hostas. Yeah.
They offer German Hostimist this year because they have exchanged hostas with Marco Franzen. Yes.
Franzen.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
He sent me
wonderful.
a message. Yes.
Well, those are all great sellers in the States. So, listeners, if you're ready to put some of Christina's plants in your ground, reach out to one of those sellers for sure.
Yeah. Well, Christina, you've shown us that the future of hostas isn't just green and yellow. It's red, it's thick-leaved, and it's global.
And that innovation can come from anywhere with curiosity, community, and a whole lot of seedlings.
Thank you so much for joining us from Germany. It's been such a fun conversation.
Thank you very much for your invitation. I have to admit, I was very, very excited. And I hope everyone in the audience was able to understand me.
Oh.
And thank you very much. It was really nice.
And to our listeners, go check out Christina's work online. Just be warned, your wish list is about to grow.
Listeners, you can see pictures of Christina's current growing setup and photos of her garden on our website. Visit us at hostalavistapodcast.org and join us again next week when we talk with another Hosta expert. Click follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and never miss a new episode. Leave us a review or simply tell us your favorite episode. Every interaction you have with Spotify helps the podcast.
It really does.
If you have a guest you're dying to hear from, you can let us know by emailing us at hostalavistapodcast@gmail.com.
And until next time,
Hasta la vista, baby!
Perfect.
that's awesome.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Special thanks to Green Hill Hostas for sponsoring Season 2 of Hosta La Vista. Green Hill Hostas, home of great new hostas.
Support also comes from Hornbaker Gardens, your destination garden center. And In the Country Garden and Gifts. This is Hosta Country. Visit their website at inthecountrygardenandgifts.com.